guys, welcome to the first video on the chapter Political Parties. We have divided this chapter into 3 videos. In the first video, we will be discussing what is a political party, what are the various functions it does, and why do we need the political party in a democracy. Now, for most of us, political party is almost equivalent to democracy. We equate a high-profile political party to what democracy stands for us. So, let us understand what exactly is a political party. So, political party is basically a group of people coming together and identifying themselves with a particular ideology and then deciding that their goals, their political goals in fact, align together, and you'll see that they believe that they can hold power in the government and they can also contest elections as a group, and then the ideology that they have in mind will be better to have the interests of the public. So they would like to implement policies. So this group of people together would understand that to implement such policies, the ideology that they have in mind are aligned with each other. So this is that group of people. Now, not just the group of people who are contesting elections, you have your leaders which are contesting elections and active members, then you also have your followers as well. So these are those people who believe that the people who are contesting these elections are of the same ideology. So this is what the components of a political party would be. Now, since they are a part of the society, there will be a lot of partisanship as well. So it will have bias. So to a lot of policies, they may have something positive about it or they may have something negative about it. So for every decision making, the ideology that people have in mind tend to create partisanship, and this leads to a bias through which they work. So they may be biased towards one way of implementing as well, or it could be towards a decision in itself as well. So this is how, this is what exactly is a political party and how it wants to work. Now, let us discuss the functions of a political party. So, the first function of a political party is to contest elections, because this is what elections, this is what the democracy is for. This is what they want actually, to make sure that the political ideology helps in the policy making of the country. So, the first thing is to contest elections. Then, once they win the elections, they need to form government and run those governments. So, the parties will recruit leaders, they train them, because you need to create an environment where leaders are supported, they know how to get the best out of the team that they have. So training has been done. Then they make them ministers to handle important functions of the government. Then next thing is to shape public opinion. So not just that they want to implement their ideology, they also want public to understand that this is an important issue and why one type of ideology is better than the other. So they have to shape public opinion as well, because they have to highlight issues and only then they get support by the people. Next, they put forward policies and programs. Now, once you understand the problem of the people, you have to provide a solution through a policy making or a program that has to be implemented. Now, once that program is implemented, it has to get the support of the public as well. So, they will give a basic position, why it supports it, and put it forward for the people to understand it. Then, not just the policies, they also have to make laws that are needed to ensure better implementation of their policy, better implementation of their programs. Now, they may win the election, but they may not be able to form the government. Hence, sometimes they have to act as the opposition as well. So, their role of opposition is also equally important, because they are supposed to have a check on the government. They are supposed to provide a balance so that the ruling party does not sway from its ideology, does not sway from doing various good for the society. So this is the role of the opposition as well. Then they provide access to government machinery and welfare schemes. So welfare schemes are really important to help the needy and the poor. So for that the welfare schemes are provided to everyone and inequality is in fact reduced, the political parties play a major role here. Now, is it really needed that we have a political party? So, because we hear a lot of negative things about political parties, ideologies, and why it is better that there should not be any party and just individuals running elections. So, this raises a huge question of the necessity of a political party. But if you look at it, having ideologies and having people contesting election under an ideology gives people options, give people who are voting various options, and they can relate to those ideologies and they can know in advance how the candidate is going to behave when he gets into the legislature. So ideologies through political parties are really important. Then always, when you have large scale societies, you need a representative democracy. So whatever shape of opinion you have, there should be a representation of that. So there should be some agency to gather different views. So for that you need political parties. Then there should be a way to bring various representatives together to form a government, because if there is individuals, then you need to have a collective of those individuals, because only then a stable government can be formed. So for that, political parties are really important. Then we also need a mechanism to support and restrain the government. So for that, we need the opposition party as well, because they can help justify the policies, they can help oppose the policies. So for all these various reasons, it is felt that political parties are needed. So this is all about the need and functions of political party. In the next video, we'll be discussing the types of parties. Thank you so much.